My childhood, basically, my mother and my brother and I, like, we lived in every battered women's shelter in this area. We've all been homeless, we've all been in jail, we've all been diagnosed with different things, we've been exploited. I think oftentimes people have experienced trauma, and when trauma is not intervened upon, it manifests itself into mental health, substance use disorder. You just sort of learn how to be dysfunctional, and to unlearn those things, you need help, and there's not much help out there. So what we're seeing now, I believe, post-COVID is just what it looks like. I think the veil has been removed in regards to the sufferings of people. The structures of the world that we live in, women and children just sort of fall at the bottom of these structures, and so they're the ones that suffer the most. No third grade little girl plans to be a prostitute. She doesn't plan to be homeless. She's not planning to hold a sign on the highways that she'll work for food. You have women who have been raped, molested. Their worldview have been disturbed since before they can even speak, some of them. They've endured things because their parents were addicted, or, their neighborhood, how that is traumatizing on a person when you can't feed yourself, or you're a child and you can hear the discussions amongst the adults that there's not enough. Kids go through so much, and then we become adults, and then the expectation is to adult. But how do you adult when you don't know what to do? So those are the women we encounter. Nobody wants to be bothered with them. So that's why you see more women and children in the streets. And so I believe part of the call on my life and our staff is we stand in the gap for them. I believe the shelter is an opportunity to meet their needs immediately, and hopefully we can shift out the things that they've learned all their lives, including what they're passing down to their children. It's an honor because we've all been through it, and so we get to be here and serve in this capacity. So I have been called a survivor leader. I have survived exploitation, trafficking, horrific abuse as a child, and I believe, again, that God has not necessarily allowed those things, but He has utilized those things. I've been clean and sober for almost 25 years. My whole experience in recovery has brought me here. That's why I sit here before you today. What brings me joy? If I can lift someone's head and they see God due north, it's all about God, that brings me joy. God brings me joy, just seeing that shift in somebody. And it should never be about another person. It always has to be about their personal relationship with God. That brings me joy.